Buying a drone was one of my best purchases I've ever made. I've loved it. It's been a fun activity to take the drone out and get a bird's eye view of things. Since I've owned a drone though, I've luckily never crashed it. I've never had any big incidents, but I've had some close calls, and I've also captured a ton of interesting moments. Because I want to show you a compilation of some of my top 6 best drone moments. Flying a drone out in Seattle, and there was a train coming by, and I wanted to get some cool shots on top of the train where I kind of coast along and then kind of look down at the cars of the train. As I was moving along though, I didn't really have great visibility on my phone as I was seeing what the drone was seeing, and I decided, I didn't really know the area that well. I should stop my drone, bring it back. When I looked at the footage after the fact, I noticed that there were some power lines right before where I decided to stop and where I lifted the drone up. If I'd gone any further, that would have been it for my drone. I really lucked out on that one, and it shows the importance of knowing the location before you fly. In the second example, I was over at Discovery Park in Seattle. I looked out into the distance at a buoy, and there was a boat circling around it. I wanted to see what was going on, so I flew my drone over, and it turned out that this boat was far too close to a sea lion that was resting on the buoy. As I got closer, one of the people on the boat looked up, saw the drone, probably thought it was a police drone or something like that. But he goes into the cabin area, he tells the 2 other passengers on board about what's happening, and then you see the boat just scurry off and go into the distance. So I thought that was kind of a cool moment, help protect the sea lion. On the topic of sea lions, the number 3 drone moment, Seattle has a lot of sea life. And I was out by Myrtle Edwards Park, which is a park right along the waterfront in Seattle. And I saw a whole bunch of people lined up on the shoreline. They all had cameras out, so I brought my drone up to see what was going on. It turned out that there was a big family of sea lions just feeding right off the shoreline at Myrtle Edwards Park. So that's kind of a cool moment to see so much wildlife so close to the downtown of a city. Moment number 4, I was out in Bellevue just recording around the city. I was pulling together a video on the city of Bellevue. I was at Bellevue Park, and I was coming back, this cool shot of the fountain and the setup, and I was moving back and back. What I didn't notice though is there was a tree right behind the drone, and as I'm coming in, I also had an eye on the drone, and I noticed it was getting a little close, so I stopped right before hitting the tree. I really lucked out on that one. I was out filming a video of Bellevue, Washington, and I brought the drone up, City Center, which is a Microsoft building. I went up to the top. What I didn't realize though is when you get to the top of the building, wind tends to be a lot stronger, and the moment I lifted the drone up, the wind caught the drone, and I had a really close call. I had to do some quick maneuvering to get away from the wall there. That could have been it for a lot of my blades on my drone, but luckily I was able to get it out of the way. Number 6 for drone moments, I was out at Fort Casey, Washington. This is an old fort from the early 1900s. I really wanted to get some cool shots around the fort. The only problem is there was a tremendous amount of wind. I decided to take up my drone anyway, and as soon as I got about 50, 60 feet in the air, the wind really took over. And even though I was hitting the controller so the drone would come back towards me, it just made no progress at all. It just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. I thought I would probably lose the drone. I didn't think I'd be able to bring it back. What I did then is I brought the drone down towards the ground where the wind was a little weaker, and then I was able to pull the drone in. Luckily for me, I was able to get it back, but when you're contending with strong wind, probably don't fly your drone. Keep it on the ground. Those are the top 6 drone moments. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another set of drone moments.